Hello, I'm Jason Howard. Welcome to the Evolution Revolution Video Book Club. This week I'm going to review the book, The 1% Solution for Work and Life, How to Make Your Next 30 Days the Best Ever by Tom Connellan. You might hear the title and think, how does getting 1% better make a difference? Doesn't sound like much of an improvement, I know. Tom Connellan in his book explains the research that he's done with Olympic athletes in different events. And he talks about the difference between gold and silver medal winners and how in many events it's less than 1% difference in time between first and second place. Connellan described how the difference between first and seventh place in the women's 100-meter hurdles in Beijing was a mere 18/100ths of a second. Does that give you an idea of how big of an improvement 1% can make? You might not be an Olympic athlete, but think, how could 1% difference change in your work, in your school, in your relationships, in your workouts, or in anything you do affect your life? This book is not just another how-to book with a boring outline that goes step by step by step. Connellan shares his wisdom in an entertaining story format that involves several characters who teach the main character the strategies in making a 1% change in his life. The main thing to remember, Connellan says, is that the difference between exceptional and exceptionally exceptional is 1%. Connellan includes a 30-day formula in his book, which starts with 5 steps to get you going. The first step is to choose a new habit, something that you want to change in what you're going to do. And practice that habit for 30 days so it becomes automatic. It's said that to form a new habit, it takes practice, at least 21 days straight. So that's why he asks that you start the habit and continue for 30 days. Connellan shares information about New Year's resolutions, which is a good thing to share since it is January 11th, that really, by the end of the first week in January, only 75% of people have stuck to their resolutions, and that over the year, 80% eventually fail to keep those resolutions. Part of the reason behind that is that people don't follow through, and they don't make their new action a habit. The second step that Connellan discusses is to do the same thing with other habits you want to start, but do it one at a time so that you don't get overwhelmed. So if you want to lose weight, start with the first habit there. If you want to learn a new language, start that after you've had some success with that first new habit. Step 3, be aware that beliefs determine how you feel and act in response to events. So an activating event or a life stressor can lead to a belief, which is a thought or opinion or conviction, and that leads to consequences, results, which are feelings or actions. And a lot of people tend to get into a negative mindset. So step 4 is reframe those negative beliefs to help you achieve your goals. An example of that might be if you're on a diet and you slip and you have a couple of donuts. One of your negative beliefs might be, I just have a fat mentality. I can't stop. Well, reframing negative beliefs would mean that you would change that thought to, I just gave into a craving. I'm human. I'll work on doing better. Step 5, don't let a slip become a fall. If you regress, don't give up. Jump back into your new practices and habits. Connellan says, there are no shortcuts to excellence. Even changing 1% takes continued work. And remember, there's no such thing as a natural. I'm going to give you a call to action. And what that is just asking you to look at what is one thing or one new habit that you could start or change in your life. So one way to start with that is to make a deliberate plan to change and follow through within the next 30 days. If you can make a change of 1% a day, you'll notice that it compounds like interest on money in the bank. And after 30 days, take a look at your results. I encourage you to follow through with this and let me hear about your results. You feel free to email me at jasonhowardspeaks@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook at facebook.com Evolutionary Life Design. Sharing your results is not only reinforcing to yourself, but it's also inspiring to others. Next week, I'll be reviewing the book Put Your Dreams to the Test, 10 Questions to Help You See It and Seize It by John Maxwell. So this is Jason Howard with the Evolution Revolution Book Club. I'll see you next week.